A Washington state landlord says that squatters used a government-funded program that was meant to help lower-income tenants to pay $90,000 in back rent on a $2 million property. I'm Tony, and this is Real Estate Investing and Landlord News. Alright, so I have an interesting article for you today, and it's an update to an article that I covered a while ago about this landlord up in Washington state who is having trouble removing these squatter tenants from his house, okay? These squatters haven't paid rent in years, and some of the stuff he's saying, man, it's frustrating. It's really making me mad. So basically what he is saying is that even though they haven't paid rent, one of these nonprofit organizations that is funded by the government paid their back rent for them, okay? But the problem is that they're living in a $2 million home, okay? These people are also working. They're not actually low income. They're not in need. So why is some nonprofit organization paying these people's rent for them when they are nothing but squatters trying to live for free? Okay, this is craziness going on. Basically, it's a waste of government funds. And, you know, I get so frustrated with these programs, these government programs where the taxpayers' money is just wasted. It's just thrown away at people who don't need it. You know, like paying people's student loans off who make more money than I do. Give me a break, okay? Government shouldn't be paying people's rent for them. Government shouldn't be paying people's student loans either, okay? Pay your own bills. Anyway, I thought it was interesting, and you know, they got more details on this story, and it's a nice update to this story that I covered before. So let's get into it. This article is coming from MicrosoftNetwork.com, and it says MSN.com, and it says Bellevue landlord gets March 2025 court date in war with squatters. Yeah, and March of 2025. So as I'm recording this, it is June of 2024. So we're talking about 9 months. That's when his eviction court date is to get these squatters up out of his property. Anyway, let's see what this landlord is saying about the situation. It has been 2 years since Jaskaran Singh rented his Bellevue home to a couple who soon after moving in stopped paying rent. The high-profile Bellevue squatters case has garnered global attention. The tenants living in Singh's $2 million home, San and Eugene Kim, have been allowed to remain there because King County's Housing Justice Project used taxpayer dollars to pay off the delinquent rent. Singh has attempted to evict the couple 4 different times, but a backlog of cases for unpaid rent has clogged the courts, all the while allowing renters to squat in the homes of landlords who are powerless to force them out. So yeah, I've mentioned before that court backlogs, you know, like I was talking about one that happened in Georgia. Obviously, there's this one up in King County, Washington, and these court backlogs are kind of like a backdoor method of letting the tenant stay for as long as they want without paying rent. Meanwhile, the landlord is slowly going bankrupt, okay? You're putting the landlord into financial ruin, because they are paying all the bills, and by law they have to maintain the property as well. So yeah, this is a very, very bad situation. So the only reason that these people were even allowed to stay as long as they have is because this Housing Justice Project is not some nonprofit organization, 100% funded by the government, right? Your tax dollars paid their rent for them for a $2 million home. Now, I realize in King County, Washington, that's where Seattle is at, a $2 million home is not a mansion, but it is still a very nice home. Okay, so you have a very nice home, and these people are staying there for free on the taxpayer dollar. Okay? there's something wrong with that. There's something very, very, very wrong with that. These people need to go. And I don't blame the landlord one bit for being frustrated, because I would be frustrated too. I would be frustrated if I was a taxpayer thinking that this stupid nonprofit was using our money instead of helping people who are actually facing homelessness, living in their cars and stuff, right? They were using taxpayer money to live in a $2 million house, okay? Give me a break. Absolutely stupid. And on top of that, the eviction court system is so backlogged that you don't get a court date for 9 months. These people get to stay for free for another 9 months. And then when you do get a court date, what's going to happen? Are they going to have some free city appointed lawyer, some lawyer that the city is paying their paycheck for, fight their case and file extensions and drag this out even longer? Who knows? But this is exactly why I say don't invest in these sort of places. Don't become an accidental landlord in this sort of place. If you end up with a property and you're like, oh, maybe I could rent this out. No, not worth it. It's not worth the risk. The risk alone makes me say, hey, just sell the place. If you are insistent upon starting investing in real estate, you can just as easily buy a new property in a different place where there are more landlord protections, okay, where you have more property rights. Just do it the right way, okay? Don't just fall into it and then you end up becoming a victim. I feel bad for this guy, but I don't know what his story is. I can't remember the original article if they explained what this guy's story is, right? But I would have never been a landlord up there in a $2 million home. That's it's just a bad deal. It's a bad deal. Singh and supporters held another protest over the weekend outside the Bellevue business where Eugene Kim works as an esthetician. Now I remember this story. This is the guy who was protesting at the house. Okay, he had an actual protest at the house. Okay, it's been a while since I read that story, so I kind of forgot about it. He told the Center Square her car was there, but she is no longer listed on the company's website. They are breaking all the rules to protect these tenants. These are criminals, I would say, Singh says. The Housing Justice Project is operated by the King County Bar Association with a stated mission to help tenants facing eviction for unpaid rent. Singh is now running as a Republican for state Senate in hopes of changing squatter laws and getting Olympia lawmakers to pass legislation to address the shortage of court commissioners to hear the backlog of eviction efforts. Good on you, okay? I mean, you're taking a very proactive action, okay? I don't know if you're going to win. I don't know what the politics of the situation really are, right? But just run on property rights. Run on protecting property rights. Talk about the squatter issue. This is something that homeowners can relate with. Remember, homeowners vote in higher numbers than renters. So much higher numbers, okay? So, you tell them, hey, I want these protections. And these protections, they won't just protect landlords, they will protect homeowners as well from squatters and from people who have malicious intent. So, that's a good thing that you're taking that sort of action and really being very proactive about it, because it's obvious that the lawmakers up there, they don't give a crap about you. Okay, the only way you can get the law changed is if you take action yourself. As of May, the tenants in Singh's home have benefited from taxpayers through HJP, covering their rent. $90,000 and counting, Singh noted. They, lawmakers, are saying it's a personal legal issue, and most of the council members say the same thing, that they have no power in their hands to do anything. Yeah, they say they have no power, but what it sounds like, they're just being lazy or they don't care. And that's unfortunate, because anyone can become a victim of this. So anyway, I'm going to put a link to this article in the description down below. You should read the whole thing. It's a good article, and goes over the troubles that this small landlord is going through. Okay, like I say all the time, the best thing to do if you're in a place where they don't respect landlords and property rights is to just not be a landlord there.